Oh, geez, look at this. Perfect.
We're rolling. Well, whenever you're ready to start.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heel Turn.
The number one podcast for everything WWE.
Welcome back to episode number 14. We've got a huge episode today because we're going to be going through our predictions for Saturday night's main event as well as Evolution and a special edition at the very end of this podcast on our top 5 greatest of all times, the GOATs. I'm looking forward to this one.
Keen for that.
I
How are you, Liam?
I might have had a little peep at your list before. I agree with some, maybe don't agree with some others, but I'm sure you'll say the same.
There'll be a bit of
about my
debate,
list.
and that's what matters.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
I'm sure you'll say the same thing about my list as well. Welcome back to the Tribal Chief Jasper as well in the middle. We'll never forget that as long as this podcast is running. But firstly, we're going to get into our Evolution predictions, and the first one we're going to get to is for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky, the Women's World Champion, against Rhea Bloody Ripley. What do you think about this one?
I think Rhea wins.
Yeah.
I just think, it's no secret that they're struggling to find creative vision for Io. Io's a weapon, and, Io is so over. Everyone in the stadium is doing these ones when she just shows up on screen or is even mentioned. And she's so over, and they've dropped the ball completely. And with Crown Jewel in in Perth coming up, I just think they want the title in Rhea Ripley's hands. They want it coming home. So I just think Rhea will win. These two have always had really good matches though.
Yeah, and Rhea's never beaten Io as well, but I think this is the time that
this is definitely the time
that Rhea breaks that. I think because Io hasn't defended the title since WrestleMania, which has been disappointing. Obviously, the Raw after WrestleMania, she had that insane match with Stephanie Vaquer, or as Nikki Bella would say, Stephanie Vacquet. But Rhea has wrestled a lot more, and she did have a tag match with Io as well, but she was also in the qualifying matches for Money in the Bank, and she was in the Money in the Bank match as well. And she did wrestle Raquel Rodriguez at Night of Champions. So, and as you said, Crown Jewel coming up, it'd be stupid to not have Rhea Ripley as a women's world champion.
I agree.
Then, because she's literally, the number one person, male or female, in the WWE right now, maybe behind John Cena. But either way, people want to come to events to see Rhea Ripley.
And Triple H also loves to push Rhea Ripley.
Exactly. And it was a bit unfortunate how it all occurred, how she did lose the title at first to Io Sky, with the whole Bianca saga as well.
Yeah, she never really lost it clean, did she?
Yeah, no, she didn't. And that was a disappointing one. I'm pretty sure every single person in the WWE world was surprised when Io knocked off Rhea.
Crazy.
The fact that it was on Raw as well.
On the road to WrestleMania.
You definitely wouldn't have expected it. I was literally I remember watching it. I was about to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden, Io wins 1, 2, 3, and I'm.
Yeah, what?
I couldn't believe it. But I think this is the time where Rhea will get it, and at Evolution as well, at a special event for the women of the WWE. I'm pretty sure you can back in Rhea Ripley here, but then again, Io with the title at SummerSlam, or Rhea at the title. Or Rhea with the title at SummerSlam. Probably taking Rhea here.
Say if Rhea wins, it's almost like one of those things you look at SummerSlam and you're like, well, whoever she wrestles, she's going to win.
She's going to win anyway. Because of
that's kind of stale. But, I'm sure Io will come around. She'll have something lined up for SummerSlam, which would be really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, Rhea will win.
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, against Trish Stratus. Easy win for Tiffy here, you'd assume, because of Jade Cargill as well, already having a guaranteed shot at SummerSlam as well. So you can back in Tiffany all the way here. I guess it's just a good way to, have Trish at the Evolution event because of the women of WWE. But pretty sure you can back in Tiffy here. I'm pretty sure it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Trish is the backbone of everything that the women have accomplished in WWE since the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
She went through all of that kind of I'm not going to call it abuse, but like all of that kind of turmoil, and came out the other side better for it. Came out the other side as a legend, and now can finally make a mark on a women's only pay-per-view. This is great for Trish, but like it's pretty obvious Tiffy's going to win.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's never been more obvious, to be honest.
It's never been more obvious. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria versus Bailey. We've said we've expressed our thoughts about this one, both good and bad. But like I won't lie, it has gotten a little bit better. Like a little bit better. I know people around the world are actually liking how they've done this. Obviously, we don't. But I mean, I like it. I like it now, especially with the last 2 weeks that they've done it. Like, if they were going to have a number one contenders match and they were going to make it into a triple threat match, having a draw, as you want to call it, is a good way. Is a good way to do it. Like, yeah, I'd love to hear what you think, because I know how you're thinking about this one.
I never disliked this feud in any way. Well, I did, but as in, like, I never was not excited for it. I was never like, oh, like, it's Becky, it's Bailey, it's Lyra. Like, I just don't want to watch this.
They did it in the most dumb way
they did it in the most dumb way possible. Like, I just think we could have got to this square, like, so much better, so much more succinct, and in a so much more logical way.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be mad that we're here. Like, this is going to be a banger. And what could come from this? Could it be Becky and Bailey down the line? Could we see Becky and Lyra again? Do we see Bailey and Lyra again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many avenues that could come out of this feud.
The thing with this match is that however way you look at this, Becky's the champion. But Lyra and Bailey have the last couple of weeks developed their own rivalry from this, that in the end, for Lyra, who's trying to win the championship, Bailey will be her downfall. Bailey, who's trying to win the championship, Lyra will be her downfall.
Yeah.
No matter way you look at it, there should be a pivotal moment in this match where Lyra and Bailey have a moment of confrontation, and in the end, that's going to be their downfall. And you'd think Becky would pick up the win in this instance. And then at SummerSlam, it will be interesting as to what avenue they'll take there, because I don't think it's this sort of rivalry isn't one where it's just going to die after this pay-per-view. So I think that'll happen, and that's why I'm going with Becky Lynch.
I think Becky Lynch will win as well. I think Bailey will have put on a fantastic performance there. I'm a big fan of Bailey. Like, taking her off WrestleMania, it was the payoff for this feud. Like, as soon as this feud between Lyra and Becky lost legs, adding Bailey back added all of the legs it needed to keep pushing towards SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But, like, I still do think Becky will win, but I think Bailey might have one of, like, the great matches of her career.
Yeah, for sure. Becky will win. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This is a no-holds-barred match, which I am excited for, and I am looking forward to this one just a bit more than just the regular old match between Jade and Naomi, because the last couple of weeks, or Jade's last couple of matches, as you've said, she's been pretty sloppy. Not in any, we're not like criticizing her in any way at all, but she just hasn't been able to put on a show like she did against Naomi at WrestleMania. That's like, I think that match that Jade and Naomi had at WrestleMania was one of the better matches of night one.
Definitely.
Like, so I'm hoping that they put on a show like that again, because since then, Jade, like I said, Jade hasn't really performed in a way that we'd hoped in the ring as well.
Well, that's the bit that is annoying. Like, the fact of the matter is we have to compare Jade to her best performances, and her best performance of her career at WWE was her WrestleMania against Naomi. And it was a good match. It was a great match, actually. And then we've got nothing but lazy and sloppy wrestling since.
Yeah.
So we can say, like, we don't want to criticize her, because we don't think she's a bad wrestler.
Not at all.
But she's on a bad run. Like, she's not putting good products together. Which, at the end of the day, the fans want a good product, they want a good match, and they want something that's plausible. And at the moment, we're not getting that with Jade, but we're still getting her pushed in front of our face.
Yeah. I think because Jade should be versing Tiffany at SummerSlam, I think Jade could potentially win the title from Tiffany at SummerSlam, but then there'd be a Naomi cash-in, and Naomi could win. Because of that, even though Jade could win at SummerSlam, this match, I'm going to go with Naomi on this one. That's just me personally. But I'd love to hear what you think.
I'm going to go with Jade.
Yeah.
I can't see the WWE the month before the first 2-night SummerSlam having its marquee women's wrestling match, having the challenger who's pretty much won the Royal Rumble style opportunity.
Yeah.
Just like it'd be like the winner of the Royal Rumble having a one-on-one match at the Elimination Chamber and losing.
Yeah.
Like, just killed. Like, imagine Jey Uso this year has Gunther scheduled for WrestleMania, but he's fighting maybe like Seth Rollins at the Chamber, and Seth wins in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I love what they're doing with Naomi, but Naomi doesn't need this win. Like, the threat of the briefcase is always gonna keep her in the hunt.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if Jade loses, she's not even over with the fans at the moment. So if she loses, the fans just won't believe it.
Yeah. I guess because, like, I see Naomi becoming a champion from this cash-in. Also, a new custom briefcase, by the way, from Naomi, which looks sick.
Aura.
But because I see Naomi being the champion eventually, I just think the perfect way to build her up in that regard is to beat the number one contender. Because then it creates the debate. Hey, Jade, you might win, but no matter what, even if you win it and I don't cash in, or I do cash in, I'm going to beat you anyway. Like, I think, yeah, who knows? I could be wrong. I'm going to go with Naomi. I'll back it in, but
I like it when we don't predict the same thing. It's good.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
It
causes a debate. Yeah.
It makes me feel like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, which I never do, to be honest. Like, how often do I get it wrong? Let's go back to
yeah. Just so you know, with this match, you're getting it wrong.
Yeah?
You're getting it wrong.
All right.
You're getting this so... Yeah, really.
Really?
I'm joking. You're getting this so wrong. All right. Next one we have is a fatal 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team titles. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, the new champions. We could call it new champions, I guess. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, which we'll get to. Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, and Sol Ruka and Zarya from NXT. Zarya, she's Australian. We'd love to see her in gold, but probably won't happen.
You can rule out 2 teams here.
Yeah. I think you can rule out the NXT ones and the Kabuki Warriors.
I love the Kabuki Warriors, but, like, you can't throw Asuka back into the tag scene the week before the pay-per-view. And, like, we can't just, like, expect that to be like, oh, like, they're going to win. Like, you know what I mean? She got a big push at Queen of the Ring. But it's between 2 teams for sure.
Yeah, I know. The fact that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair have teamed together, I think it's a really good move because obviously there's a bunch of Charlotte haters out there who don't want to see her shoved straight back into that main event championship scene, like what happened at WrestleMania with Tiffany. And I think, like, we know that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are better than the tag titles. They're in that main event championship scene, either way you look at it. But something's telling me that Roxanne and Raquel will win because of Finn Balor, basically. Like, I think because of Finn's plan to try and cause chaos within the Judgment Day surrounding Dom and Liv, obviously, I think the tag titles should stay with the Judgment Day. However, if Alexa and Charlotte win, I'm interested.
They've told this story, like, this is the age-old story of professional wrestling when you don't have anything lined up for 1 or 2 main event stars.
Yeah.
Put them together. They start off as friends. Well, not friends. They start off as, like, frenemies almost. Yeah. They become friends. Then they become, like, they really like each other. And then they turn on each other. And we have a big singles feud.
So you think it's going to be Alexa and Charlotte?
I think Alexa and Charlotte will win.
Ooh.
But the thing, I'm interested in your Finn Balor take. That Finn Balor take, like the first thing that came to my head just then, which is a bit further down the line, but I think if Roxanne and Raquel win and then they keep pushing this, like Liv's getting left out kind of thing, I do want to see the reunion of the Bullet Club with Finn and Liv, and if they pull a fast one at the very end of the line.
And AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles. Oh, yeah. See, it's all coming together. Maybe we're onto something here.
Like, that's why I think Raquel, because they, like I said last week, they have to prove, you know, that they can be champions and that they can win. And Finn needs, and like they can lose these tag titles at like any time. It doesn't have to be Evolution. Yeah.
If Roxanne and Raquel lose the titles, that's probably the end of their friendship, right?
Exactly.
So like if Finn's probably his plan, keep Roxanne in the loop for as long as you can, because they're eventually gonna like become friends and like be actual like tag team partners that actually care about each other. And that's when we get the surprise Liv return. Like, Liv doesn't have to return to the ring to return to WWE.
Yeah.
Like, she could still be rehabbing for a month or two. And she could be off screen, out of the ring and still play a major part in this feud.
Yeah.
So, and they keep saying, like, oh, no, like, I was out for 8 months when I did my shoulder, Finn says.
Yeah.
Like, if they keep saying it, she'll be back earlier than we know.
Look, we have some great matches at Evolution. But this is the one that I'm most excited for.
Me too.
Like, there's so many different avenues that the tag titles can go down here, because we've said before that the women's tag team championships, you know, we want like the SmackDown tag sort of division at the moment is the better one, and Raw's slowly picking up. And like slowly, it's not. I'm not saying it's going crazy or anything, but it's slowly.
If SmackDown's a 10 out of 10, Raw's at a 1 and just got up to a 2.5.
Yeah, that's why I said slowly going up. But the women's one, hopefully this is like the sort of match that can propel that, I guess. But you're interested in my Finn Balor sort of debate in this. I'm interested in your Charlotte Flair Alexa plan, especially for the fact that if they win, it could go down that path of, you know, being friends and then turning against each other. And an Alexa Charlotte,
how wholesome was the hug? Must I add?
I know, would be great. Like,
well, they had a massive feud years ago that was like amazing.
Yeah,
like it was actually one of my favorite women's feud of all time. Maybe because I love like Bray Wyatt, I love the Firefly Funhouse. I love that, like, Alexa Bliss was a part of that. And at the time, she was feuding with Charlotte. And she was, like, swinging on the swing in the ring with her, like, doll. Like, it's such aura. Like, it's just so creepy that it's cool.
Yeah.
But, like, I just love it. And, like, I just think these two could have a feud of the year type thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very intrigued in this match, and I'm even more intrigued now because...
Yeah.
There's like multiple stories that I haven't thought about.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. Probably the one that I'm most looking forward to for the whole night, basically. So, yeah. Well, the next one, JC Jane defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jordan Grace. On this podcast, we don't talk a lot about NXT. And to be honest, I don't watch a lot of NXT. But I did pay attention to it this week. And from what I can see... It seems that Jordan Grace is showing a bit more upside over JC in this small feud that they've got here, and also Jordan Grace will team up with Blake Monroe this week at the American Bash before Saturday night. Before Evolution as well. I'm pretty sure the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
Against Fatal Influence.
It's the pre-show for the Saturday night's main event, I think.
Yeah, and it sort of got me into watching NXT a little bit more. Like, I feel like I should pay attention to NXT, especially with the influx of like new superstars that we've just seen, like Stephanie and Julia and Roxanne, and also Ethan Page will probably get the call up soon, along with Ricky Saints. You'd think as well.
There's an interesting thing with this match though.
Yeah. So
Jordan Grace, former TNA wrestler. So there's with the partnership there is a NXT crossover pay-per-view with TNA next week. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, because you got Trick Williams defending it against Joe Hendry and someone else.
Jordan Grace's like biggest rival from TNA holds the Knockouts Championship, which is the women's championship in TNA, and there's going to be a champion versus champion match at that pay-per-view. So I could see Jordan Grace winning from that point of view.
Yeah.
But because, like you set that up. But also, JC Jade's got this feud kind of lying in the background with Blake Monroe.
Mm.
And there's also a potential Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe feud there too. So I've never had less expectations, which is a good thing, because I don't know what the plan is here at all.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting to see which way they take it, because there's a story at every angle.
Yeah. If you were to pick your winner, who would you go with? Because it's tough, because I don't watch a lot of it.
Jordan. It's so 50-50. I'll take JC Jade.
Yeah. I think Jordan Grace. But and also I guess they wanted to push JC Jane as well, and Fatal Influence as well. But I'm pretty sure one of the major reasons that JC Jane won the NXT championship was because they wanted to get Stephanie Vaquer on Raw.
On the main roster, yeah.
So, there's that aspect to it as well.
There's also the fact that Jordan Grace faced Stephanie Vaquer the night before.
Yeah.
That JC Jane won the title. The night before, they put on a banger of a match. It was one of the best women's matches of the year in WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jordan Grace lost clean.
Yeah.
So, if they wanted to have the title off Stephanie Vaquer, they easily could have put it on Jordan Grace that night, but they chose the next night in the most shocking of losses.
Yeah. Bro, we've had 3 different... the last 3 matches, we've had different predictions.
That's good, though.
Someone's gonna mess up real bad.
We should keep score. We should go back and get a scoreboard.
We might have to.
And we'll get because Fraser's still predicting too.
Yeah, Fraser.
We should do a scoreboard. And we should keep it updated.
Yeah, we should. I'll have to go back. We only really started at Money in the Bank, didn't we? Oh.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Well, no. We just started WrestleMania, I guess. Yeah.
Add WrestleMania. We'll do WrestleMania, and then we didn't do anything in between, so we'll do Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we might have to do a leaderboard or something like that for you guys. So.
And then the leaderboard will be sick.
Yeah.
I back that.
Yeah. Well, we have the Battle Royal match featuring 30 women here. So we'll just go through a couple of names here, because I did watch NXT yesterday, which I should have done, which I did, which was great. And so some of the names we got from NXT are Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley. On Raw, Stephanie Vaquer, Maxine Dupree, and Natalia, Ivy Nile, and Nikki Bella as well. And on SmackDown, we have Julia, Zelina, and Candice LeRae. I'm sure there's many more, but those are just
there will be many more.
Those are just the people that I saw on NXT yesterday. I think we're thinking the same person here for the Battle Royal.
Do I give you a final 4? Do I maybe not final 4, final 2?
I think so. Well, I don't know about 2. I'm only thinking of one person here to win.
See, if I had a final 2 or 3, I'd have Nikki Bella in there, but I don't think she'll be in the final 2.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have Julia, and I think we'll have Stephanie Vaquer.
I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer.
So I think Stephanie Vaquer will win as well.
Yeah.
But I think we'll have you know how you get a mini match at the end of Battle Royals and the Rumbles?
Yeah.
I think it'll be Julia, and I think it'll be Vaquer, and I think we'll just get a display of what the next rising stars of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
We'll get a bit of a show of what that looks like.
But you want to especially for that, in terms of having Stephanie and Julia there for the final 2 or whatever. I think you'd have to have someone like Nikki Bella there just for the fact that it's almost like a passing of the torch moment, you could say. Yeah. And so Nikki Bella will probably, because if Nikki Bella is going to feature at Evolution, Trish Stratus has a championship match. If we're looking at some of the best women that have been involved in WWE, you can't not have Nikki Bella in the Evolution match and have her go out at the start or midway through. She's going to have to make it somewhere towards the end.
If Natty doesn't make it to the final 6, we riot.
Yeah.
Natty deserves this, bro.
Yeah,
even if she eliminates Maxine at the very start, I don't care. Natty's making it to the final 5 or 6.
Exactly, yeah.
I want her name called by the commentary team more times than I can count.
But this match is a great opportunity for some of the NXT superstars as well, because NXT, like, they don't get a lot of opportunities at the big pay-per-views.
You really only have, like, the Rumble.
Yeah,
That's when they make their mark.
There were so many NXT females in the Rumble this year. Like, so many. So, I think it's a great opportunity for some of these NXT legends. No, why am I saying NXT legends? NXT superstars.
Rising stars.
Yeah, to feature
watch
in this one. I know, exactly. So, yeah. But, like, Stephanie Vaquer, I think everyone is almost going to go with Stephanie Vaquer here.
And then what are we getting at Clash in Paris? We're getting Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. That's what they're setting up for. I think that's what they're setting up for. So we'll probably get
we got the face-off however many weeks ago. Like the Raw after R-Truth got released.
Yeah.
And she had like the red crop Rhea because she couldn't wear the R-Truth shirt.
Wear it, yeah.
That was the night that we got the face-off with Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea. I think that's foreshadowing.
They'll put on a show as well.
They will put on
Rhea and
phenomenal match.
Unfortunately, Stephanie will probably lose though, because it's before Crown Jewel. So, and I want Rhea to come to Crown Jewels as a champion.
What if Stephanie Vaquer came to Australia as the champ? But
that'd still be good too.
But Rhea got the rematch.
Okay. Well,
you know what I mean? Like, I would rule it out.
Would you go that soon though for Stephanie Vaquer, like a world champion that soon? Like, she's got so long. Like, how old is Stephanie Vaquer? Like,
yeah, it's interesting. That's what it's all about. Like,
she's 32. She's 32, so she's not even that old. So, yeah, you never know. She could. Maybe I'm wrong.
They might not pull the trigger yet, but they have to pull the trigger at some stage, and there will be people saying it's too early.
Yeah.
At every stage, so it may as well be now.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But we'll have to wait until the predictions. Of that one.
Yeah. Our next segment, before we get into our Saturday night's main event predictions, we're gonna discuss more about this faction. We've discussed it a lot on this podcast, but this week was the single most, dominant, I guess, week for this faction. Like, they just proved that they own Raw, basically. Bron Breakker against Sami Zayn. Bron Breakker smashed him. Bronson Reed against Jey Uso, although he got disqualified, he still smashed him at the end with tsunamis.
Can we spam W's for Karrion Kross as well?
Yeah, exactly. even Karrion Kross being the bad guy, attacking Sami.
Karrion Kross, the fourth member.
I think it's actually on the cards a bit more now, if I'm being completely honest.
That's the first time I
wouldn't have said it, but it's actually sort of on the cards now. But Seth versus Penta was a banger of a match. That was so good as a
Can we run that back for something that's meaningful? That deserves a meaningful match.
It does. And like, the thing is, I wouldn't have expected Penta to be the one to versus Seth. Like, I thought it could have been like Bron and Sami was okay though, because obviously they had their history. But you could have had like Bronson and Penta maybe, and then Seth and Jey Uso makes sense. But I think Seth Rollins, like, he's the workhorse of WWE.
He's quite literally the best wrestler in the WWE and has been for 10 years.
And he makes people better. Like literally, him and Penta put on a show. Like, and it was great. And I'm like, Seth Rollins, like, we've heard him say before, after every match that he's doing, he feels it a bit more. He won't be. I don't know how much longer Seth could be around for.
At least as a workhorse.
But he makes people better in the ring. And we'll get to his match with LA Knight in a second.
You know what,
as
though?
Well. Yeah.
Name your favourite wrestler's best match, and it's against Seth.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
100%.
Like
my favourite match from WrestleMania this year was the main event of night 1. Seth Rollins.
My favourite John Cena match ever is with Seth Rollins.
Is that the one
at SummerSlam? Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like, my favourite everything
when he
match.
won the United States?
With the double champ.
2015, yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
The Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Ruined what could have been, like, one of the great in-ring matches for me.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, Bronson versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn you just can't let it go, can he? Like, he has to be involved in...
log off, bro.
In everything. bro.
If Sami
please.
Zayn goes off television,
hopefully this was a way to write him off TV because I want to see.
that's exactly what I
want
hope.
to see heel Sami Zayn. Like,
Well, even if we
dude,
get Sami Zayn off TV and everyone's like, oh yeah, finally Sami's gone.
do something with Sami Zayn, man.
But then when he comes back, at least we get a return pop. Even if the return pop, when we next in Saudi, the Rumble.
Yeah.
Look, they won't
That's
wait that
way
long.
too long.
That's way too long. But imagine.
I think KO.
Just
I
imagine-
think KO could come at the Rumble though. Kevin Owens, like potentially,
Yeah.
or as a mystery opponent next year at WrestleMania. Because I don't
Randy?
think.
Does Randy have another mystery opponent then all of a sudden Kevin Owens?
Let's hope Randy does not have another mystery opponent because the way they did that, like, I mean, obviously it was unfortunate that KO got injured, but
Carrying Cross,
I wanna see
undeniable.
I want to see Randy with like a actual opponent going into WrestleMania.
Yeah. Hard to build up a feud when you don't know.
Yeah,
You've,
but Braun Breaker like just killed him, bro. Like far out, broke him in half.
good.
Yeah, I know.
I was cheering for
three spears. I know. Like Adam Pearce comes out and he's just like, "Oh, come on, Sammy, you can't compete anymore." We knew,
He's like, never give up.
never gonna give up, and then he just got absolutely speared, which is
The
so
super
funny.
spear was terrible looking though.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
I get that like Sami Zayn's ribs were probably screaming for help,
Yeah,
but I wanted to see him ripped in half.
yeah. I don't think Jey Uso's done with fighting against Seth's faction, but we need to get him reunited with Jimmy and Jacob, for that matter.
Yeah.
Like he needs get him back into like I don't know how many times we've said it. Get him back in that upper mid card area. Get him away from this scene, and you can do so much more with Jey Uso.
Even Jey Uso's best match ever is with Seth. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This year. I mean, even though his title reign was short and he had like 2 or 3 title defenses, this one was great.
yeah, exactly. He actually had some great title defenses.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fair.
we will be honest. Yeah, we will. And then Penta obviously as well. Not someone who I would have expected to be involved in this feud, but I guess Seth had it coming, right?
I hated
Because
it until this week's Raw.
Like-
I hated Penta being involved.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess Seth had it coming though because he did cost everyone, Money in the Bank, especially
Yeah.
the night
He's
before
made a lot
as
of
well.
enemies, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And one of those enemies is LA Knight, who he'll go head to head with at
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event. Yeah. LA Knight attacks Seth from behind at the end of Raw yesterday. LA Knight, I'm going to ask you this question. Is this the most important match of LA Knight's career?
It is, but, you're working with Seth. This is LA Knight's best match of his career. Confirm it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this will steal
This
the
is
show.
the match that will, if he's not in that main event scene, this is the match that
will put him
get
in that.
him over the top and into that main event scene.
This will be one of those matches. It's Saturday night's main event. I understand that. Understand. And everyone think... And everyone will be like, oh, it's just Saturday night's main event. It's barely canon. But I think this will be the match that we look back on LA Knight's career. And you think of some of the most underrated matches at these lower grade pay-per-views for many of the best wrestlers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And, everyone has 1 or 2 bangers.
Yeah.
And this will be one of LA Knight's bangers.
For sure. I mean, I'm going with Seth either way, though. I am because of Seth's faction and the way Seth is at the moment.
I just want to
he'll do
see...
something.
there's probably no way that Seth can lose and, not...
Exactly. You have
cop
to
a loss.
look at it from there.
So I think Seth will win too, but I would
can you
love
ima-
LA Knight to win.
Can you imagine if Seth loses, though? He'll be completely outraged and he'll just lose the plot.
That might be it, though.
It could, but it probably won't.
Or is that why, do we get the 4th member, the plan B? Is that because he loses?
I'd love to see who that 4th member is. I don't know who. Like I said, I'd love someone from NXT to come up. But
Shout out Karrion
you know
Kross.
what? Oh.
Shout out Tommy Invincible.
Yeah. Tommy. I have got an idea just popped into my head, though. Ethan Page defends the North American Championship against Ricky Saints at the American Bash. A Great American Bash, right? You said last week that, we would want Ethan Page to be a 4th member, right? What if Ethan Page lost the title? Because I said if Ethan Page was going to join this faction, he'd have to, and be a permanent member on Raw, then he'd have to lose the North American Championship.
What if...
He could lose it to Ricky Saints, and then later that night shows up at Saturday night's main event and joins Seth's faction How cool would that be?
That's one of the weird cases where an NXT match, it's almost you're looking at it and you want to lose. Because if Ricky Saints loses, maybe he's the fourth member.
Exactly.
It's one of those matches where it's like tanking.
Exactly. Because from watching NXT yesterday, Ricky Saints had that Battle Royal match against Ethan Page's three. I don't know their names. I don't watch a lot of NXT. Basically, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page had 3 wrestlers with him to go through one by one to fight with Ricky Saints.
The gauntlet, yeah.
The gauntlet, not the Battle Royal, the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And Ricky Saints eliminated all of them and then got a championship match with Ethan Page. Like, if Ethan Page loses, he could be ticked off to the point where he just leaves him, joins his faction. That's his new way.
It's interesting because we don't know. That's one of the great things.
But that idea just popped into my head, and it makes sense, and it works.
It does make sense.
So, you never know. But this is another question. Will we see Roman Reigns return at Saturday night's main event? But I get it, Saturday night's main event.
Absolutely not.
I get it, Saturday night's main event, but judging by last Saturday night's main event that we had, the return of Cody Rhodes, and that one was actually good. It could happen.
Absolutely not.
You can't just say no.
He's filming movies and stuff though. I think he's in doubt for SummerSlam.
No. Well, he's on the poster for SummerSlam.
Is he? Because they're saying he's in doubt for SummerSlam because of movie commitments.
I don't believe that for a second.
Maybe.
I think Roman Reigns will be there at SummerSlam. He's on the poster for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Which means he's not going to return at SummerSlam.
True.
So I think because he wasn't on this poster for SummerSlam last year and he returned. If he's on the poster this year, he's on the poster along with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair. Can't remember.
Yeah, Bianca Belair won't be back.
She's on the poster. That's what I'm saying. And usually, if you're on the poster, you're there.
Does she cost Cargill her cash? Or cost Naomi her cash in? Or
wouldn't surprise me.
Or cost Cargill and then Naomi cash in?
Because we get to see a Naomi Bianca.
How sick would a
Naomi still has
Bianca heel turn be?
Yeah, that
and
would
just
be
say
good as well.
So if you say Bianca, just screw Jade, Tiff wins. Or after Jade wins, Bianca comes out to celebrate with her friend, and then bang KOD, and then the hair whip, and then we see proceed with caution. That'd be sick, to be honest.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Dude, we're just we should just be booking WWE on this podcast right now.
I know, but you don't think Roman's coming back?
No. I've held out hope for too long.
I'm not saying yes. But I'm also not saying no. I'm in the middle because if he did come back, it'd be perfect. I don't know.
Where is it?
Because Seth is featured in Atlanta.
That's
I don't know.
That's his home deck, isn't it?
Roman's? Nah, Pensacola, Florida.
No, but isn't where he played football?
Oh yeah, it is too. Bro, I'm onto something.
Yeah.
I'm onto something. You know why I remember that's where he played? Because he had that whole
promo with Cody.
So
Cody's from Atlanta, yeah.
Dude.
Damn. Dude. Maybe it's written in the stars, bro.
Yeah.
Written in the stars.
You never know. Gunther versus Goldberg.
Please, Gunther, please.
Yeah, I know.
The ring general.
I don't think
please, bro. Please.
I don't think anyone wants to see Goldberg win.
Pray for us.
I know. I'm pretty sure there's not much more to say here. Gunther wins.
Please.
Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. First of all, can I just say Drew finally got his shirt? Did you see? Still bought at work. Lol.
I'm so glad I avoided the spoilers. Because I heard the shoo, and I was like, bang.
Yeah, I know. But his shirt, bro. His shirt. He finally got his shirt. It was
still
so
what
good
it worked.
to see.
Love
I know. I think this is good for Drew McIntyre because hopefully he receives more title opportunities in the future. I think whoever wins at SummerSlam between Cody and John, I think Drew will
face a clash.
a clash in Paris. I think that'll happen with Drew.
That means he has to beat Randy.
He's obviously done with Damian Priest. I mean, no one's saying no, but I think he is. And this
Priest
match with
got his
Randy,
own thing anyway.
this match with Randy. Oh, this one's hard to predict.
I think Drew has to win if your prediction, which I agree with, is in line. But I just think if Randy comes another loss, it's like again.
Heel turn Randy. That could happen.
Maybe
that's why. Because Drew's a insane heel.
Does he turn heel at SummerSlam and punt someone? Whoever is versing.
He could cost Cody or he could cost John.
So
Either way, I think you should have a triple threat match at SummerSlam. I think it should be Cody, John, and Randy. That's just my opinion. But I don't know.
I think Drew wins.
Yeah.
And if Drew wins, Randy can't be in the SummerSlam triple threat. I think if Randy wins, I'll become a believer there can be a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
But then Drew, I can't see him having a title shot at. Like, it's a great match for the fans because, like, it's going to be an absolute banger. But if one wins, the other loses real bad. And if the other wins, the other loses real bad.
Mm.
So I think Drew will win.
I think someone could be, like, ticked off after this match. Like, whoever loses will just be furious.
But Randy will have to turn heel on someone and it won't be Drew. So, like, he'd have to snap.
It won't.
So, if Drew beats him, it would have to be on the next week's SmackDown.
Yeah, it would.
If that happens, who do you reckon, like, he beats up?
Randy or Drew?
Who would Randy beat up?
It wouldn't be Cody, would it?
Truth?
It's almost as if... no.
I'm just thinking, like, he'll beat up, like, someone that the fans love. Like, that's
Randy.
the best way to turn heel.
I don't see who's next in line for Randy.
I don't think it'll be, like, a long-term thing. Like, he might just have a match with them the next week on SmackDown.
No,
just demolish them.
I don't see who else Randy can go for right now because, like, we all knew that Randy and John were going to be facing each other at Backlash either way before it was announced because it was obviously in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So we knew that would happen. And then he was off TV, Randy, and then he came back for the King of the Ring. So we had something there. And now we've got Drew, and I don't know what else after this for Randy Orton. Like, I don't know who you could go after. Like, because he won't go after a mid-card title at all. I still think number 15 will be.
I think it'll happen
in line for Randy eventually.
Definitely, but I think,
but at least not this year.
He'd have to be a heel.
Yeah,
and if he turns heel, like, I don't think he's going to be in the picture for John Cena or Cody. Like, at the moment, I think they're going to have their match at SummerSlam that's uncontested.
I think he's done with Cena in terms of matches. Like,
yeah,
I think
so
that was it.
Yeah, I can't see him interfering with that business, but I want him to turn heel, which means he'd have to lose this match.
Yeah,
so he'd have to punt kick someone, and it won't be Drew. So
for sure.
It's interesting.
He could just punt kick Drew like he could just because Drew's Drew, you know.
Yeah,
he loves to stir the pot.
But if the punt kick's got to write someone off TV.
Yeah.
So Sami Zayn, please.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Sami Zayn, please.
Yeah. All right, our last segment. This is the fun one. We're going to be discussing our top 5 GOATs of WWE, and it's GOATs of everything basically combined to create this perfect WWE superstar, if you want to call it.
In ring, on the mic, accolades.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
We're
doing no honourable mentions.
No honourable mentions.
Just straight 5.
Straight 5, exactly.
Come for us.
Yes.
Come for us in the comments.
Please tell us what you do differently. Like, grill us if you want to, because we don't get a lot of comments. Okay. No, I don't know if I should have said that. The Undertaker, I've got at number 5. Look, honestly, for me, he could have been off my list. He could have.
Could have been off your list.
He could have. But
could have been off your list.
But no. But hey, the fact of the matter is that he's not. The fact of the matter is that he's not. Okay. The Undertaker. I can't find a flaw in the Undertaker.
But you're gonna have him off your list. That's wild.
He's everything you'd want in a superstar, and his WrestleMania streak as well lasted 2 decades, and in ring, on the mic, he's entertaining in
Greatest
every way,
matches of all time.
every way, shape or form. So yeah, I couldn't leave him off the list. There you go.
Should I go to my number 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, it's a good idea.
Number 5, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, okay.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
I just think, like, if anyone was watching WWE in, like, that kind of, like, 2007 to 2011 period, like, Jeff Hardy was your favourite person ever. Like, swantons off, like, scaffolding, swantons off ladders. Like, just the coolest guy to ever exist. Turns out, dude was just punching, like, incredible amounts of Adderall.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's right.
Yeah.
Coolest dude ever. Still number 5 on my list.
Okay.
Just purely off the impact he had on my life and so many other WWE fans.
Yeah. This is our list, by the way. Like, our personal lists on our GOATs, I guess.
Congrats on his sobriety as well. Come on.
Number 4, I got Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look, unfortunate that his career ended the way it did very, very early on, but probably the most notable thing is like what he did in the 90s, obviously, with WWE surpassing like WCW and like changing the landscape almost of WWE. He made wrestling cool, and so I think I'm going with Stone Cold number 4. That's just me.
I've got Stone Cold as well, number 4.
Yeah.
Like, he's just... Like, he's my dad's favourite wrestler. And it was because, like, just smashing beers and, like...
Yeah.
Like, always had, like, something to say. Always had a clap back. Just, like, so good on the mic. The stunner's one of the coolest finishes.
Yeah.
Like, he's unreal. Stone Cold, like,
Yeah.
deserves to be in the top 5 easily.
If you like Stone Cold in the comments, give us a hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3 for me, Hulk Hogan. Look, despite what people may think, you can't argue that he's one of the GOATs. He is one of the GOATs. Like, come on, he is one of the GOATs, okay? Because anyone who knows the word wrestling, knows anything wrestling, Hulk Hogan is still one of the biggest names of wrestling. So, like, there was a surge in popularity in the 80s because of Hulk Hogan and his charm and his charisma and obviously some of his movie roles as well. Like literally, like I know Hulk Hogan from Rocky. Like, literally, like watching Rocky, Hulk Hogan. I know you do. Just like, but he propelled wrestling as a whole, and like, especially from an entertainment perspective as well. Like,
It's true.
there's the wrestling, and then the entertainment factor to it. Hulk Hogan was front and center of that. Hulkmania as well. So like,
I'll give you that.
yeah. What's your number 3?
Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a sexy boy. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, he has had he's the Seth Rollins, right? You know how we just spoke about Seth Rollins. Your favorite wrestler's best match is with Seth Rollins. Think about the history. Your favorite wrestler's matches with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
The Undertaker. 2 of the greatest matches of all time, WrestleMania 25, 26.
Does the Undertaker and Triple H, though, surpass that?
Nah. And then we've got HBK's role in DX.
Yeah.
We have all of his stuff before the Attitude Era. So obviously, like, he had a real bad back injury and a bad run with drugs. But he, before the Attitude Era, had some of the great matches with Bret Hart, with Taker back in the day as well. Like, some of the best matches.
Yeah.
Like that ladder match with Razor Ramon, cash money. HBK, greatest in-ring worker of all time.
Yeah.
Switch in music. Everything about it is cool.
Sexy boy. Yeah, fair enough. Number 2, I got John Cena. Now, look, he could go number 1 by the time he's retired. On my list, okay? He could. But, I mean, you can't... Like, he's in anyone's top 5. Like, most championships of all time. And it's also what he's done for fans as well. Like, literally becoming a role model for children all around the world. And I think, yeah, when it hits hard that he's retired, and once he's retired and we have a chance to, like, look back, and he has a chance to look back and reflect on everything, you know, maybe he could go number 1. I think the thing that's... I think he could go number 1 by the time I sit back and reflect on his heel run, like, because I think we're glad that we eventually saw the heel John Cena. Like, there's some guys who go their whole career without being heel, and if we wouldn't have wanted to get to the end of John Cena's retirement tour and gone, oh, what if John Cena had turned heel? What could it have been like? And we've gotten it. So maybe once I am able to sit down and reflect on John Cena's career, maybe he might be able to go to my number one. But he's not my number one. He's my number two as of now. But what do you have at number two?
I've got Undertaker.
Okay, yeah.
A very close second.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Like, the locker room leader, the WrestleMania streak.
Yeah.
He has had some of the greatest matches of all time.
Yeah.
3 of the best 5 matches of all time. You could even argue 4 with that Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania as well. 4 of the best, definitely 10 matches of all time.
Yeah.
Taker is a part of. One of the coolest gimmicks ever. Made way for Kane as well. Kane's gimmick isn't a thing without Taker. We had Paul Bearer with him. We've had him run alone. We've got the ashes that he had in that rivalry with CM Punk.
Yeah.
Like, that CM Punk match at WrestleMania, banger as well.
Yeah.
Like, he had a match at No Way Out. I can't remember what year, which was an absolute banger. He's had bangers with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Like, I just think The Undertaker is everything that, like...
He ticks all the boxes.
He ticks every box, like you said. If you, like, put it into, like, a sporting thing, he's like Tom Brady of the WWE.
Yeah. If you're discussing all, goats of sport.
Like, he's
Undertaker's
literally...
up there for me.
Undertaker's up there for me as well. Like, the wrestling fan has a very soft spot for The Undertaker. Purely for his longevity, for his time, just putting out great performances.
Yep.
Taker's 2 for me.
Okay. My number one, my GOAT of WWE is Austin Theory. No, I'm joking. It's Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns for me. So, yeah. It was only when Roman Reigns, like, turned heel that he did get, like, that he was truly embraced by the fans. But I just think him as the tribal chief, like, aura-filled moments, like, his GOAT status just increased tremendously. And in my opinion, I think the Bloodline story is arguably the best story in WWE history. And Roman is literally and it sort of is still going at the moment, but Roman's literally, like, at the forefront of all of that, like, front and center, in the thick of it, while he was also a champion as well. And so that's why I think Roman, you know, he's my GOAT. And also the 1,000 day reign as champion, I just think, especially in this day and age, we might never see that again.
I don't think we will see it again.
And I just think Roman being able to do that, like, in this day and age, like I said, I just think a 1,316 day reign, you know, the likes of, like, Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, obviously those other guys who have been able to hold it for that long. I think having Roman Reigns in that conversation as well, like, and the way that he presents, the way he improved his journey, his battle, obviously, with cancer as well. He's had to go through so much, you know, hardship to get to this point in his career. Obviously, he didn't start out as a wrestler, started as a footballer, had to, like, learn on the job as well. I just think Roman, obviously he did wrestle, like, you know, throughout his life as well before that, but in my opinion, he's my tribal chief and he's my GOAT. And I don't care what anyone says, but Roman Reigns is the GOAT of WWE, and that's my take.
You ready for my take?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious, considering
he's not.
I haven't had him in my top 5 yet.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy, Super Cena, the leader of the C Nation.
Yeah.
My GOAT.
Yeah.
I grew up with this man. Like,
he raised you.
He raised me.
Yeah, he did.
I am the toxic relationship that John Cena has with fans.
He broke up with you.
He broke up with me, and I cried.
Yeah.
I watched Elimination Chamber, and I needed. Yeet. I needed 2 hours to console myself. I just needed time to process things. This man has my heart on strings. Seriously, like he is just pulling things. Pause. He's the go, bro. Like, I have his shirts, like the green one from 2013, like the lead up to
wear it, bring it in. Or
dude,
too
it
small.
was from 2013, mate. You want me to wear a crop top on the pod, bro? That'd be, to be fair, aura.
Yeah.
That'd be an aura moment. John Cena's the GOAT. Like, enough said.
Yeah, okay.
Enough said.
Yeah.
And the heel turn's only going to add to it.
Yeah.
If he didn't win the title this year, he's still my GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, some of the feuds that I've loved over the years.
Like,
Obviously, Randy
we
Orton.
could, like, oh, bro, if you cried when he turned heel, imagine how you're gonna be when he retires, dude.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how I feel that day.
We'll have to film.
We'll film it. We'll film it.
We'll film your reaction. Like, we could shed a tear, honestly.
Dude, I'll shed a tear. That's
John
for sure.
Cena, I know. Yeah.
But like feuds with Randy, feuds with AJ Styles, feuds like I love the Authority feud with Seth.
Mm.
And like there's just so many count. Like JBL, that bloodbath of a match they had, absolute banger.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Like had banger matches with my boy Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Like Matt Cardona, bro, Zack Ryder, like the best mates.
The Rock is right.
Rocky.
John Cena. Like, especially like
Even Hunter, Triple H, bro.
2012 WrestleMania, like 2012 WrestleMania with John Cena.
Had some bangers with Batista, had some bangers with Kane,
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Dude. It's gonna hit hard when John Cena retires. He's your GOAT.
He's my GOAT.
Roman Reigns is mine. John Cena could be my GOAT by the end of the year, in 5 months' time. But we'll wait and see. Anyway.
Just a quick one, boys. I got a question that's coming in from the fans.
From the fans?
Where would you rate, because he's one of my favourites as well, The Rock?
See,
I don't think Rock has a case. I think his Hollywood career overtakes.
Yeah, the Hollywood career takes away
from
his time.
Yeah, his time. No doubt, I think The Rock is one of the best. Like as he says, the most entertaining man in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
He is. Like, there's no arguing against that. If we're looking at from a WWE GOAT perspective, I think he's not far off my list, but he's not.
Yeah,
he's not close to my list.
If I had honorable mentions, he'd be in it. But I'm just looking at the list I have. The longevity there is crazy. Jeff Hardy's been wrestling for over 20 years. Stone Cold had a very long career that was suffered by injury, not by a Hollywood career.
Yeah.
HBK, though he had the break, still a 25-year career.
Yeah.
Undertaker, 30-year career. John Cena,
yeah,
very longevity as well.
However, what I will say about The Rock is literally his final boss character right now is probably as good as almost anything we've seen from The Rock, in my opinion. I think if we didn't have this final boss character, he would be like nowhere near it.
He is... The final boss character is one of the greatest heels of all time.
Exactly.
If they had capitalized on the momentum and he didn't have to go away for so long.
It's still going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like we're saying no to the final boss because we don't know what Triple H's long-term plan is, but we'll let him cook, as we say.
It could be he could have a match with Cody, he could have a match with... Well, he still will have a match with Roman. I think we'd be very hard done to
It'd be
miss
rude
out on
to the
that.
fans if you didn't feature The Rock with Roman or Cody or something. But we appreciate that.
Mind you,
that take.
we got to give him massive credits. WrestleMania 40, that tag match, he came in with incredible shape.
Yeah.
Like, I did not expect such a good performance from Rocky.
He did. First match in, 9 years?
It was, 9 years.
Yeah.
Like, to come back in that shape and put on that style match, it was like a 40-minute match.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I get it's a tag match, but it's 40 minutes on a guy that hasn't wrestled in 9 years.
Yeah, I know. And
I'll give a lot of credit to Rocky,
hopefully it's not the last time we see him.
But he's not top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thank you for that. And thank you for tuning in this week to Heel Turn, episode 14. Join us for episode 15 next week, where we'll...
5 away.
Oh, yeah, from the Big 20. Fraser will be back.
Party at the pub, Matty Flinders.
Yeah.
Get down.
Exactly, yeah. Episode 20 on Heel Turn. No, we actually should celebrate something. Episode 20 will be huge.
We'll have like a party on stream. We'll bring beers and shit.
Maybe. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's do that. Cool. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.